morning from Cappadocia. Today we are combining the famous red and green tours, exploring some of the most iconic and hidden parts of this magical region. Our first stop today is Zelve, Pasabag, also known as Monk's Valley. After getting our tickets, as we enter the valley, the first thing we pass through is a colorful souvenir market. Rows of stalls filled with handmade pottery, evil eye charms, magnets, scarves, and those beautiful hot air balloon ornaments. Everything in vibrant colors that instantly catch your eye. And now we are in the Pasabag Valley. This place is famous for its fairy chimneys, those tall mushroom-shaped rock pillars you see everywhere. But these ones are extra special. Some even have multiple caps on top, which is quite rare. So the name Pasabag actually means Pasha's vineyard. It used to be filled with vineyards and was also home to hermit monks who lived here during the Byzantine era, using them as places of solitude and worship. That's why Pasabag is also called Monk's Valley.
People were having a problem with giants and monsters.
One of the most inspiring figures here was Saint Simeon, a 5th century monk who spent years atop a stone pillar in devotion and prayer. So Cappadocia has a deep connection with early Christianity. Around the 3rd and the 4th centuries AD, when Christianity was still spreading through the Roman Empire, many believers fled here to escape persecution. The region's soft volcanic rock made it easy to carve churches, homes, and monasteries right into the cliffs. As we walk among these incredible rock formations, you might wonder, why are these called fairy chimneys? Well, millions of years ago, volcanic ash turned into soft rock and wind and rain sculpted them into these tall pillars with little caps on top. Locals believed fairies lived inside these magical towers, so they named them Peri Bacalari, or the fairy chimneys. As we step inside, we realize it's not just a hollow rock. It actually has multiple levels carved into the stone. Narrow stairways, small windows, and little spaces connect one chamber to other. Inside the chimney. It's incredible to think that people once lived here, using these spaces for homes, kitchens, and even chapels. These fairy chimneys were not just natural wonders, they were also ancient dwellings. So many people, or I should say many locals, still use underground caves for storage or wine cellars. The natural temperature is perfect year-round. So Pasabag's fairy chimneys are among the tallest and best preserved in all of Cappadocia. After having an amazing time at Pasabag Valley, we are now moving on to our next stop. route takes us through peaceful little villages surrounded by soft hills and valleys, and every corner feels like a painting, quiet, earthy, and full of history. Our next stop is Ozkonak Underground city, one of the hidden wonders beneath Cappadocia's surface. From above, you would never guess an entire city lies below your feet.
And for the first time, Hittite people.
This underground city was discovered by a farmer in 1972 when he noticed air coming from a hole in his field. And it turned out to be the entrance to a massive ancient settlement carved out of volcanic rock. So Ozkonak city is smaller than the more famous Terenkuyu or Kaimakli cities, but what makes it special is its smart design. It has 10 levels and 4 are open to visitors. It also has unique communication tunnels and tiny air holes connecting the floors, allowing people to talk and stay ventilated even deep underground. Our guide tells us that the first level was used as stables. You can actually see the feeding troughs carved into the rock. People brought their animals underground during attacks. That way they could survive for weeks without going outside. The second level was where people lived. Small rooms for families, kitchens, and even sleeping areas. Some of the rooms still show black soot marks from the fire used for cooking. The city extends up to 10 floors underground, though only 4 are open to visitors today. These deeper levels had water wells, chapels, and sleeping areas for larger groups. Ozkonak even had vertical ventilation shaft bringing fresh air all the way down. One fascinating detail. See this hole in the wall? These were communication shafts. People could talk between levels, send small items, or alert each other in case of danger. Such clever planning for a city built nearly 2,000 years ago.
When they recycle the shift, they use it to carry the rubbish outside with a rolling system. Also, in some underground cities.
Look at these narrow tunnels. They were mainly used to slow down intruders. We are now in level 3, which is also known as defense level, and this level has city's defense system. The big circular stones that you are seeing here are rolling doors. They could be pushed to block a tunnel completely.
A few people keep a guard, trying to hold, and a few other people.
And also there are small holes in the wall which were used to pour hot oil or water on intruders trying to enter. The tunnels are narrow by design. One person could defend against many. We are now at level 4, which was mainly used for food storage. They kept dry grains, wine, and oil here. You can still see carved pits that were used as storage jars. The temperature underground stays cool and stable all year, which kept the food from spoiling. During Roman times and later during Arab invasions, early Christians used these underground cities as safe havens to hide and practice their faith in peace. We are now passing by the scenic Zelve river, which winds peacefully through the town of Avanos and is also the longest river in Turkey. Our next stop is Ceramic Workshop, which is also in Avanos, a town famous for its pottery tradition. Avanos has been a center for pottery for more than 1,000 years, thanks to the rich red clay from the river. We will explore the workshop in detail in a separate video, so stay tuned for that. We are now at Uchisar Castle, the highest point in Cappadocia, rising about 60 meters above the surrounding landscape. The castle was carved out of soft volcanic rock and served as a fortress, refuge and lookout during the Roman and Byzantine eras. Its name means frontier fortress, reflecting its strategic role protecting the region from invaders. The Uchisar Castle may look like a royal fortress, but no king lived here. Instead, it was used by local families and communities as a safe haven during attacks. Historians estimate that at its peak, hundreds of people could live here, spread across hundreds of rooms, including living quarters and cisterns for water. Visitors can also take an inside tour to explore the narrow tunnels, stairways, and rooms that were once home to these early inhabitants. At night, the castle is beautifully illuminated, giving a magical glow over Uchisar village and the surrounding landscape, a completely different perspective that's truly enchanting. Our next stop is Pigeon Valley, one of the most picturesque valleys in Cappadocia. Its name comes from hundreds of pigeon houses carved into the cliffs over centuries. These little birds were incredibly valuable to locals. Most were used to produce guano, a natural fertilizer that enriched the fertile soil and helped the crops grow. But some pigeons had another important role. They were trained as messenger birds, carrying urgent messages between villages and even castles across Cappadocia's valleys. As you walk through the valley, you will see the fairy chimneys rising dramatically on either side, dotted with tiny pigeon homes. The trail connects Uchisar Castle to Goreme, offering panoramic views of the region's unique landscape. Our next stop is a traditional carpet workshop right here in Cappadocia. This region is famous for its hand-woven carpets made using techniques passed down through generations. We'll be covering the carpet workshop visit in detail in a separate video, where you can see the artisans at work, the intricate patterns, and even try your hand at weaving. So that's all in today's video. I'll see you in my next video. Till then, have a good one and bye bye.